Hello, everybody. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday!
Friday. Well, Sissy, it's been a month.
Seemed like we were just here.
Right. Right. I think we were. So, wait a minute. We got to get our jam on first.
Right.
Yeah.
Fun Friday. This is our last Fun Facts Friday for the year.
It is, isn't it? It is.
Yep.
Wow.
We'll see. We have to think about what we're going to bring to you guys for 2023. You know, we like to switch things up sometime.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. We don't want to scare them away, Sissy. So, Sissy,
We'll just change it up a little bit. It was a very busy week, actually. It was a busy week, but made it through. We had that one day of rain. I'm glad that rain went away.
Oh no, it's coming back tomorrow. You do know that, right?
Why can't you just let me in? Why can't you just let me enjoy the fact that it's not raining right now? Why could you just let me happy about the fact that it didn't rain today?
I'm just letting you know before you get all.
And I do see on the bottom of my.
Before you get all juiced up and hyped and start planning, you're gonna go wash your car and all that other stuff. Nah.
And I do see at the bottom of my computer, it does say rain tomorrow.
Oh.
I got stuff to do tomorrow. Well, I guess we need the rain for the flowers and, you know, things to grow.
Yeah.
So I guess I shouldn't complain too bad.
No, because we know without food and water, we won't continue to grow.
That's true. That's true. I just got that, Sissy.
Hydration. We need some hydration.
Right.
Yeah. So
well, to go with the hydration, I was about to say, to go with the hydration, we need food. And you know, Fun Facts Fridays always is going to talk about food. And I'm going to start off by telling you. So today's December 2nd. So Sunday, December 4th is National Cookie Day. National Cookie Day. So first, before we get to talking about food and making ourselves hungry, a fun fact about cookies is that the English word cookie is derived from the Dutch word koekie, spelled with a K, meaning little cake. The origin of the cookie appears to begin in Persia in the 7th century. 7th century, that's a long time ago. And that was soon after the use of sugar became common in the region. So cookies have been around a long time.
They've been around a long time, and that's why, you know, I like tea cakes, but out here, you know, in the South, they call them tea cakes, but out here they call them tea cookies. And they're fat and they're more like, they're like a cake cookie.
They are more like a cake cookie. And, you know, another cookie that's close to that I like is the Snickerdoodle.
Yeah, Snickerdoodle too.
A little bit of tea cakes.
Yeah, Snickerdoodle too.
Yep.
Uh-oh.
Then
what happened?
I don't know, you want to get patriotic on us.
Look, say what happened?
Right?
A blueberry cookie.
Another cookie, let's see.
But that's
a blueberry cookie.
Who?
Have you have you ever had a blueberry cookie?
Yeah, yes, I have.
A blueberry cookie or a blueberry like scone or blueberry muffin. I don't know if I've ever had a blueberry cookie. Maybe you should try that so we can try it out.
But you know what? If you want to make cake like cookies, you know you can just use cake batter. You take
But
the
how would
cake
you
batter.
make? But how would you get the cake batter not to be like cakey to make it more like cookie consistency? What would we have to
Um,
add to it? Some more eggs or something? Because I was watching this bake. Okay, it was like
well,
World's
I
Greatest
looked it
Baker or
up. I
something.
looked it up. Some about a month ago. And I bought some cake mixes. I was gonna make some AKA fake ginger spice cookies.
Uh-huh.
And so I bought it, but it just says here you just let me jump to the recipe. And it says you use 1 box of cake mix, 2 eggs, and a half a cup of vegetable oil.
So I wonder how many eggs you normally use with a box cake mix.
3. It
Okay,
depends
so
on
use
the
less.
maker.
So use less eggs, pretty much. And then it didn't say add water or anything either, huh? So
No,
that's
it
how
just says
what makes it thicker.
that's
We
what
may have
this
to
one
try
says.
that one.
Yeah,
We can make some devil's food or German chocolate cookies. Get the German chocolate cake mix and make some German chocolate cookies.
yeah. Oh, and
So
see this one.
Sunday we might have to try that for National Cookie Day. We'll get a box of cookies and make some cake. We'll have to think of a creative name for them.
Well, see here on the taste of home, it just says add 2 eggs at room temperature, your cake mix, and a teaspoon of vanilla flavor.
I think that makes the difference too. You know, if Wilson comes on, she might be able to say if I'm saying this right. But I think when she makes like her 7-Up cake, that she uses room temperature eggs. And I think it makes a difference using room temperature eggs versus using eggs straight out the refrigerator.
But that's what I always do.
Yeah, see, I didn't know that. And I think that's what I tried to use her recipe. You know, they say sometimes you can use somebody's recipe, but it doesn't come out the same. And that's when she started asking me, were your eggs room temperature? And I was like, no, it didn't say that on the recipe card. It just said eggs.
Yeah,
See?
so when you put when you bring them to room temperature, they fluff up better and everything. Yeah,
well, you know what?
They mix better.
One thing with that though, we have to make sure, because this goes into our next topic, that December is Worldwide Food Service Safety Month. We're talking about having eggs at room temperature. So now bear in mind, keep it with food safety. We're saying take them out of the refrigerator and bring them to room temperature. That doesn't mean leave your eggs on the counter for 2 days, 3 days and say they were at room temperature. No, we're just talking about bringing them to room temperature to use them to cook, because we don't want you guys saying, oh, well, I leave my eggs out on the counter all the time because Fun Facts Friday say it's better to cook with room temperature. No, that's not what we're
talking
about. We are talking about bringing them to room temperature when you're baking, because like Sissy said, it can make them more fluffy and not as dense.
Right.
But it is really Food Service Safety Month in December. And I think it's something how December is that month, because December, well, I say all of the holiday time is a big time that jobs and different places start doing potlucks and, you know, you're cooking for your family members. And so the goal of that is to keep focus on keeping food safe as it is prepared, as well as when you're making it in your own home, just some tips to use all the time. Because this says that 1 in 10 people become sick every year from eating contaminated food. And 420,000 people are killed from these illnesses every year. That's a lot of people.
Yeah, that's a lot of people.
Yeah, 1 in 10 people get sick from eating contaminated food. And that can happen at restaurants too. You can eat at a restaurant, and if the food wasn't handled properly, I remember this was a lot of years ago at a restaurant. and they actually put an advertisement in the paper because one of the cooks or something had, I don't remember if he was sick or had a cut or something. We had to go to the doctor and get hepatitis shots for that.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you gotta be careful. You gotta be careful.
So it can happen at restaurants too.
Mm-hmm. So you know what, but real quick, back to the room temperature eggs. You only take them out, I only take mine out maybe no more if I know I'm going to use them within 30 minutes.
Right. That's what I want to make sure we let people know. We're not saying take them out and leave them on the counter for 3 days just to get them. It doesn't take that long.
Or if you want to do it quickly, you can put them in some warm water. It just
but won't that warm water that won't make them boil?
Not warm. I'm talking about maybe like a room temperature water.
Okay, so not hot water.
Yeah, but what it is too is like you were saying, German chocolate cake. Well, you have to German chocolate cake calls for separated eggs and all that other stuff. Well, your egg whites beat up better when they're at room temperature. But if you add, like, say for instance, if you're cooking a scratch cake and you're using butter and all that stuff, if you and you have it, well, if you put a cold egg in there, and you have your butter already softened at room temperature, when you put those cold eggs in there, it's going to make that butter harden up again.
So do you use, like when you are baking something, do you use warm water or do you use regular cold water or do you use hot water?
Well, it depends on what it calls for, because some recipes do call for hot water. And then some
so make sure we read the recipe.
Normally, I don't use cold water. I use the room temperature water. So I usually try to get out just a bottle of water, Yeah. Because that has happened to me where it has, when I do something cold. Now, I know that this sounds, strange, but even when you use milk. What?
I was just waiting to see what she about to say.
No, like back to German chocolate cake, it calls for buttermilk. Do you put your milk at room temperature? I do. I take that out when I take the eggs out.
But you measure out just what you're going to use, though, right?
That's what I'm going to use.
Yes, because you don't want to let your milk get to room temperature, then try to put it back in the refrigerator and drink it. You want to measure out what you need.
Creamer. I do that with my creamer. Sometimes I forget and leave it out and I put it in there. And then when I pour it in water, it doesn't do that collaboration on top. So I said, I'm good. Yeah.
So we're going to give some tips to help you practice good hygiene for Food Service Safety Month. Wash your hands.
Guess what?
Yes.
And we all have our food safety certification. We all have our certificate.
Yes, we do. It's really easy to get. If you know that you're going to be preparing food for other people, it's a quick class. You can find it online. You can get a certification, and it just helps you to refresh. Like, oh, okay, let me think about that again when I'm cooking. So some of those tips are wash your hands.
It's even if you
just food preparation, anything with food.
Yeah, because I know when I was doing that high school, the snack shack, that's why I had to have my food safety.
And actually, I think it's called a food handlers.
Yeah, well,
I think it's called a food handler certificate. So if you're doing anything with food.
But then they had the safety part along with this. So why not take the extra and just get the whole shebang?
Yeah. So Sissy, question, how long are we supposed to wash our hands? 10 seconds, 20 seconds, or for 2 minutes?
I sing happy birthday to me.
That's a good way to do it. That is excellent. And that usually comes out to about 20 seconds to wash your hands. Make sure you're getting in between your fingers, under your nails.
Cause we done had some parties where we sing happy birthday, then we sing
For
happy
5
birthday,
minutes.
and then we sing another happy birthday.
Yeah, how many versions of happy birthday are you gonna sing? We gonna sing just the traditional happy birthday to you. That is true because we could go on and on with happy birthday, give about three,
Right,
4 versions of happy birthday.
right, right, right.
Um, if you have gloves or access to gloves, wear gloves. That's another way. Even after you wash your hands, you can wear gloves.
Well, you need to
Make
wash your
sure,
hands and still put the gloves on.
yes, do both.
Right.
Do both if you have both.
Because look, I don't want you coming in with dirty hands and just thinking you put the gloves on. Because I'm gonna be looking at you sideways.
Because that glove might break, and that glove could break, and then you need to have your clean
And
hands
then
still.
you be getting that phone call that you got to go get tested for the hepatitis.
Right. You want to make sure that your cooked foods are separate from raw foods.
Mm-hmm.
You want to use fresh utensils when switching from raw meat to other foods. Another way to do this is to wash your utensils. If you don't want to have 4 different knives, you're cutting something, then wash it off before you go to your vegetables. If you're cutting raw chicken, wash the knife off before you cut some celery or some carrots
Right, right. Because
or some onions.
that is
And
how
then you
a
make your
lot
chicken
of
soup.
people get that salmonella poisoning. It's because they go from one thing, to another. Yeah. That's why you know what? Try to just have, a knife for your meats and a knife for your veggies if you're preparing, a whole lot. Especially, going
Right.
back.
And they also have cutting boards now that have pictures on them
Mhm.
that can say, use this cutting board for meat, use this cutting board for your vegetables, so that you're not cross contaminating the cutting boards. They have a lot of things out there. We're just giving you tips. What you actually do at home, if you wash it, if you just cut it up because you're going to cook everything, that's on you. We are just sharing you some fun facts and some knowledge to help enlighten you.
Yeah, and you got the fun facts person that's gonna sit here and say, I have those, but sometimes I grab whatever.
Right, grab the first one you see. Yeah.
It's clean. But you can sterilize it with lemon and vinegar and all that other stuff too. So I do make sure that my stuff is sterilized and everything, especially if I've used it to cut up meats and stuff.
Right. Right.
Back in the day, our grandparents they used to use those wood boards, and they would cut everything on there. Did you ever stop to think all that stuff that seep down, seep into the wood?
We didn't think about that back then because we ate what we had, and things have changed a lot. Because even I would say back then, but not even all the way back then. Even when I was growing up, it was you ate what was cooked. But even now, people cooking 3 different meals for 3 different children in the household and all that. Yeah.
Yeah.
You do it. And that's why they say you should always make sure you pray for your food before you eat.
Yeah.
So I do want to share, we have a couple events coming up. Well, one, hey, Wilson coming in. One that I do want to share is going to be on the 11th. Have a flyer. And the registration information is on our Facebook page. You can find us at Fun Facts Friday. Why is it not opening up? But it is the Compassionate Friends candle lighting, worldwide candle lighting. And they do this every year. And it is going to be on December 11th. And you can register us at 7 p.m. in your time zone. Wherever you are, it will be at 7 p.m. You register. They will send you the link to log in. And so we definitely want to share that with you guys. Yes, this is a big, I was going to say agency or group network. I guess I'll say network that, means a lot to us, and it is a time for people to light a candle and show remembrance for your daughters, your sons, your granddaughters, your sisters, your brothers, grandsons, and people who have a child who has passed away and left. And so this is a time, and it's just, we've logged on the last couple years. I think we've logged on in support. And so that will be on our page with the links to register again on the Fun Facts Friday page for that. Wilson, how are you doing over there on the other side of the fence?
I'm doing good, taking care of business, first of the month, end of the year, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Chopping weeds.
Sound like fun stuff. Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
And the rain's coming. They say it's a storm coming. Be ready.
Oh, you know what?
Yes.
You know what? Little sissy over here didn't want us to bust her bubble with that because she got things.
I was enjoying the fact.
Go.
I was enjoying the fact it didn't rain.
I was enjoying the fact it didn't rain today.
Well, that's good, but it's gonna rain tomorrow. We need a balance.
She said, but it's gonna rain tomorrow.
Right. Get ready. Yeah, make sure your leaves and everything are out the gutters so that you don't have blocked up gutters and rain flooding. So
I see a Word of Faith is going to have a virtual Christmas celebration.
Yes, on Christmas morning.
Oh man, I hate I got here so late because I have a problem thinking about that. Some people say cancel all church services because Christmas is on Sunday. What y'all think?
But isn't Christmas celebrate? Well, I know for me, Christmas is celebrating Jesus' birth. So why wouldn't we want to go to his house and say happy birthday?
Because I want to open my gifts for me. That's what it's saying. That's what they saying. Kids don't want to come.
Church is only a couple hours.
I'm just saying what's out there, So like a fun fact. Don't go to church on Christmas Day.
That ain't no fun fact. That ain't no fun fact. We are not sharing that as a fun fact. That's a different show.
It's just a fact that's out there
that
we can make fun of.
But you know what? No, don't. I'm not gonna go there because I'm the one that's on here that says stuff. So I'm not. But we need to go whoop them parents.
That's one of the things that make you go,
But I mean, really, when you think about why do we celebrate Christmas and then you don't even want to recognize why that's going into a whole nother subject there.
So I'm reading, it says here reasons why you might cancel church on Christmas Sunday. It says
why?
It helps put Jesus first.
To cancel church, or this reasons why you might want to go to church?
No, here, let me share my screen because it's there.
Okay, go ahead.
Go ahead. You should be able to.
Hold on, I gotta get there. You see it?
Yeah, there you go.
Yes, there you go. It's coming. Reasons why you might cancel church.
On Christmas Sunday.
It puts the focus on every other Sunday, which is arguably more important. Where does this come from?
Okay, this is the
yeah.
This must be a joke.
It has to be.
Tradition, sacred cows.
ToughChurchPlanting.com. We can help families become better. Oh, see, it doesn't want us to go to that page.
Yeah, we'll block it.
Yeah.
We kick people. We kick people off when they not saying something.
I said suspicious. So I know who that is that's doing that. I'm not gonna call them out.
No, don't call them out, but it's several that are. But if you want to stay home and still see
Yes.
Christmas children involved in the Christmas celebration of Jesus' birth, tune in on Facebook.
Yes. Or YouTube or go to the
YouTube.
website.
Or come on out.
WFCC. Yeah. The children have worked and still done their part to spread the story of Christmas with you guys. So, yes. Look forward to seeing that. And then we could go home and eat.
But you know what? Maybe if they log on and they see what is, what it's all about, then that would change their mind to wanting to do what this stupid thing just. You're gonna cancel church so you can put Jesus first. That was the first thing. What sense does that make?
Yeah, that's the one that got me like, huh? Yeah, like you said, things are saying,
So that's why you thought I was reading it wrong. I wasn't reading wrong. That's what it's.
That's wow.
Alrighty then.
Yeah. So you have any big plans for the weekend as we get ready to close out? You said it's raining. You're gonna be inside.
No, I'm gonna pull my car out so I can wash it like you with Baby Blue.
Just put some soap on it and then let the rain rinse it off.
There you go.
Ooh, what about you, Wilson?
Yeah, I did my yard work, so now I can do my inside work. So
okay,
chilling.
Yeah.
I think I want to make some gumbo.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Yeah,
that sounds good. Yeah, I'm.
Wilson being adventurous. She's been not adventurous, ambitious.
Yeah,
making the gumbo. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have a couple things planned for the weekend. And shout out to my auntie. Is gonna be celebrating her 70th birthday.
70th.
So that's something I'm going to do. Yes.
Yeah, that's right.
That's what we'll be doing this weekend.
Wilson said, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna do that too."
Yeah.
But then otherwise, you know what? I'll see everybody on Sunday at WFTCFairfield.com.
All right. See you in the chat.
Catch you in the chat.
See you in the chat.
Deuces.
Have a good. Hey, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
No, oh yeah, Happy New Year.
All of that, Dude, we won't leave you guys. I can't find the button. There you go. Deuces.